Okay, so this is a 1990 YZ125 with a 1985 barrel. Now then, it was brought to me. It supposedly had a load of work done to it, but won't run. So anyway, long story short, it's had a new liner in it. The piston that was in it was supposedly new, but it's quite scored and it's got quite a lot of marks on it. So I've put a new piston, a little end bearing and this, that and the other in. But when I was doing that, it was the bore was quite tight, so there wasn't really enough clearance. So I've done that. I've checked that the timing's right. There's a mark that you can see. Those marks line up, so that's right. It does spark, although the spark is not particularly strong, and there was some weird wiring going on. The coil, where the coil mounts, it's been powder coated, and so there wasn't a good earth, so I've ground that back so it now does have a good earth, and now it does spark. And there was some dodgy connection in the kill switch. I've cleaned all that up. Now it does spark. I've cleaned all the carb out and that. Fresh fuel, but it won't run. So what am I gonna do next is the big question. So I have a plan, and my plan is the following. I am going to take the carb back off and check the reed valves. That's the first thing that I'm going to do. The second thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do a leak test, a pressure test. So the pressure test is different to the compression test. So what the leak test does is it's basically going to test to see if there's any air leaks from the inlet manifold side. So I'm going to check the reed valve first, and then put all that back together, and then it checks for air leaks from the inlet manifold side all the way through the crankcase to the exhaust port, and it makes sure that there is no air leaks, because there shouldn't be. It should be a sealed system, and if it's not, then we're going to have problems. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll start with the reed valve. So I'll take that apart now, and then I've not got a lot of time today, so I won't get a chance to do the leak down test today, but I should be able to get that done tomorrow, I hope. And I'll video that and put that on as a separate video for you. So it's a bit of a frustrating this one, because I have done quite a bit to it so far, and I had thought it was gonna just fire up nicely on Saturday when I tried it, but no, it's not for going. So like I say, it's got plenty of compression, sparks, carbs clean, fresh fuel, and the timing's right, so normally they will go, but needs a bit more investigation. Okay, so the first thing that I've noticed is it's got this gasket sealant on it, and the gasket sealant's not very good, and the inlet manifold, you can see, is wet, so that's wet with fuel. So I would reckon that that's not sealing as it should do. So I've got a couple of new gaskets, so we'll put some fresh gaskets on that. We'll get rid of that sealant off there, but the actual reeds themselves look to be in good order, so you probably can't see on the camera there. I'm looking to see if there's any of the reed petals lifted away from the reed cage, but they're not, so I would say that they're okay. So we'll go ahead and put fresh gaskets on. stick that back on, and then we'll start taking the exhaust off and that, ready for doing the pressure test. Okay, so inlet manifold and reed cage are back on, all tightened up, greased up the gasket. There was no gasket to go between the manifold and the reed cage, so a little bit of fuel resistant gasket sealant on there, just a small smear so it's not going everywhere, just to seal it up. Please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, just search Phoenix Motos.